cool. So one of my students had some questions about leg weave passing. So I'm going to go over the leg weave in a little bit more detail. The leg weave you can do with both the arm and the leg. It's a little bit different than the gi versus no gi, but I really like this pass in both, primarily because it gives you great opportunities to attack the back. And when things get wet and slippery and you got short, stubby arms like me, it can be really hard to connect your hands together around somebody's waist to body lock them and complete your pass. So the way that I like to start is by threading my arm through from the top all the way in. Now sometimes you have to cup just for a moment, but I like to pass and put my hand on the ground, either my palm or my fist, because that's a lot more secure. And just to demonstrate really quick here, if I'm here, for example, stretch your leg open. Yeah, it's going to slide, right? If I'm putting my weight down on my fist, go ahead and do the same thing. Now it's a little bit more stuck, right? So first you're going to want to put your fist on the ground. Maybe later we'll go back to cupping, but that's only when we're really close to completing our pass. So from here, I want to put my hand on the ground, and I want to be looking for the far hand. Sometimes people are framing here. Okay, if they're really framing first, you might have to push this hand down, maybe even grab, switch, and then pass your hand back to the bottom again, just to get a little bit closer. Now, once you get here, you're going to deal with your leg inside. And the way that you're going to do that is first by touching your knee down, and then you're going to windshield wiper your foot outside. Okay. Now, from here, there's a couple of things that can happen. First, if you can get the grip a little bit deeper, you're going to be in a much better position to pass, like switching from the wrist to the tricep. Okay. Second, if the person starts moving a lot, you might start to need something to kind of control the other side of his torso. Okay. The way that I often do that is with my head. And so sometimes what happens is you can kind of get stuck inside, like before you even pass, all the way inside, the person framing really hard on your shoulder. And if that happens, you kind of have two options. You can push this arm down and start going for some kind of cradle, or from here you can keep on the bottom arm and use your head to kind of go forward, and then use your forehead to shove him out of the way a little bit. Now from here your hand goes to the mat. If you're all the way inside of the guard, like this, you're going to get on your foot, you're going to touch your knee down, slide your foot out somehow. And from here, there's a couple of different ways to finish. One of the ways you can finish is sometimes the person starts like pushing their leg away. When that happens, you're going to bring your knee right away. You're going to finish with the knee on belly. And for the student that asked the question, too, his name is Too Gold, that's exactly what I was talking about. So when the person starts sliding as you complete the pass with their leg to push and create the space for their bottom leg, the way that you block that is by bringing your knee in. So if I were here, right, and I get here, if I don't bring my knee in as he's turning, he's going to bring this knee inside. Just bring it in. Yeah, there we go. He's going to bring that in because I won't be able to stop it, right? So as he does that, I just follow with my knee, and that way I'm going to be blocking whatever he tries to do with his leg. And I might even score some extra points, right? Because that's 2 extra points there. So that's one way to finish. Now, sometimes what happens is you get here, right? You get the arm, maybe you just have the wrist, right? You start pummeling your leg out. And as you get here, the person starts kind of bringing this foot in, or maybe you made a little bit too much space and the top leg comes in front of you, right? Like this. Whenever that happens, you're going to go back over to the other side and plant your leg. Now this is a little bit more traditional leg weave passing, right? And again, you have a couple of options from here. One of the things you can do is to windshield wiper your foot all the way back and start walking all the way to the side. Or, if your knee is in and you can get this arm on the same side, like underhook or something, you can pass your other leg all the way over, pull up on the shoulder, and start going right for the mount. So there's a couple of extra details for the leg weave with the arm. If you're having trouble doing that, make sure you put your fist on the ground. Don't just cup. If the person does start bringing their knee in, once you've started completing the pass, just slide it up slide up your own knee for knee on belly, and that's a great way to block that guard from coming back in.